Hey guys, Crypto Minimalist here. In this video, we are going to settle once and for all whether it is better to claim or mint your HEDRON. Whatever you decide to do, it is very important that you claim or mint as soon as possible to lock in your bonus multiplier. I have the HEDRON.pro website up right now where you will go to mint your HEDRON or claim it, and you'll notice at the bottom the bonus drops to 8x in 5 days from this video. Right now it's a 9x, it started at a 10x. Every 10 days it's going to go 1x lower. If you're watching this video right now, we are still at the beginning of the 100-day free claim period. This is a free claim for HEDRON like HEX was for Bitcoin holders back during the beginning of HEX. After this period is over in 85 days from the airing of this video, so that would put us sometime in early June, I believe, there won't be a question of whether to claim or mint. The only question will be, when should I mint my HEDRON? But consider yourself very lucky, because the fact that you have to decide if you just want to claim means you're very early in this new token. Without further ado, we'll now go into the reasons you would want to mint your HEDRON or the reasons you would want to just go ahead and claim your HEDRON. Before I go any further, I want to make it perfectly clear that in order to mint, you do not first have to claim. I know there are some people that are claiming their HEDRON and then they're also immediately minting it. If you decide to mint, you can just immediately mint. It's not a two-step process. The claiming and minting function are two separate actions. Now, if you did claim with the intention of minting later on, at that point you will also have to mint. Now, I have 3 reasons you would want to mint immediately. The first being the end of your HEX stake. This is the only scenario where there is no decision. You must mint. When you perform the end stake function of your HEX stake, you will also lose the option to mint HEDRON. Your total mintable HEDRON will go to 0. Before ending each and every HEX stake, you will also have to make sure that you have minted all of your available HEDRON. You can claim HEDRON every day of your HEX stake if you choose. Just keep in mind you will also be paying a gas fee, so usually it won't be economically feasible. For every B share and every day served of your HEX stake, you are eligible for 1 additional HEDRON. Everyone's strategy for minting HEDRON is going to be different based on their specific situation. A HEX whale is going to have a very different strategy than a crab or a shrimp. But scenario 1 still applies to all of us. Number 2, if you were planning on selling HEDRON in the short term, you would need to mint your HEDRON in order to then sell it on the open market. At this time, I strongly advise against doing that because HEDRON is less than 3 weeks old. We have no idea how high the price is going to go. We're currently in a volatile price discovery mode, and if you're long-term bullish on HEDRON like me, you should have no intention of even considering to sell it. I don't recommend option 2, but I don't know everyone's given situation. Then number 3, I can't really say a whole lot because I'm not a tax expert, but it is something you may want to keep in mind, mainly for 2 reasons. If you have a lot of HEDRON, you may want to mint some before the price goes up so that you have a lower value taxable event. Or if you're just absolutely convinced that HEDRON is going to moonshot, similar to HEX, and you don't necessarily plan on selling it, but you want to create the taxable event now when the price is near the all-time bottom, rather than creating a taxable event 1000x from now. Me personally, I'm a big-time hodler, so I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to taxes. I actually think there was a 4th reason, but it slipped my mind. If somebody thinks of something, go ahead and put a comment down below so that we can help everybody else out. Before talking about claiming, I want to remind you that the bonus will apply to either minting or claiming. If you end up just claiming, that bonus, whatever it is, a 10x, 9x, 8x, it's going to be attached to every time you call the mint function on any of your HEX stakes. Your bonus will just be permanently attached like a little name tag placed on all your B shares. The other thing I want to make clear is that with the Pulse snapshot coming up, everything you do right now with HEDRON on the Ethereum blockchain is going to also be copied over onto the Pulse blockchain. So you'll have your mintable HEX stakes on both Ethereum and Pulse with that bonus attached on both chains. Just like with EHEX and PHEX, we'll also have EHEDRON and PHEDRON. I knew I was forgetting something, and it wasn't for a 4th reason to mint. This actually goes in the claim pile. There's also an advanced to mint ratio AMR bonus to help ensure at least 50% of the HEDRON supply is freely minted rather than borrowed. So right now that AMR ratio I believe is 0. There is no bonus because nobody has really started borrowing yet. Once the HEDRON ecosystem begins to play out, at various times there's going to be a bonus to mint. And if you have already minted your HEDRON, you can't remint that amount. So whatever you've already minted is not going to be eligible for the AMR bonus. That is a pretty cool reason to just claim and wait to mint to see how this plays out. This is on the HEDRON website. There's also a handy HEDRON minting calculator that you can use to experiment and play around with. Let's now end the video with reasons to claim. Number one, you're still undecided. You're not sure what you should be doing. Just go ahead and claim. I said earlier we have 5 days left for a 9x multiplier. Lock it in as soon as possible. You don't want to wait and for the 9x to drop down to an 8x. The easiest thing to do is just to claim. It's the default option. You can't go wrong claiming. Whereas it may be a mistake for you to mint. I don't know. It depends on your situation. Number two, you just have a long-term holding mindset. You're going to hodl your HEDRON just like your HEX and your Pulse and your Pulse HEX. If you don't plan on selling, why possibly create a taxable event? Why tempt yourself to sell when you see HEDRON do another 10x? If you haven't minted it yet, you can't sell it. Whatever I can do to promote holding, that's what I'm going to do. And then our last reason for just claiming are gas fees on Ethereum, which we know can be quite expensive. Gas fees have more of an impact on the smaller holders than they do the larger ones. They take up a larger percentage of your portfolio and your stack to perform transactions. If you're minting your HEDRON and your HEX stakes are not completed, you're probably going to have to mint again if you're not near the very end of your stake. If you're just claiming, you're going to pay the gas fee up front, and then if you wait till the end of your stake, you're only going to pay one more gas fee. That could also be the case if you mint now and then just mint one more time. But the more times you mint a stake, the more gas fees you're going to have to pay. To sum it up, guys, I really think if you have a lower HEX bag, like say in the thousands or hundreds, you may be better off just claiming, especially if your stakes are newer. There's not a whole lot of HEDRON to even mint at this point. It's kind of a waste of a gas fee. Just save that fee and use it to lock up your multiplier bonus. And then as time goes on, you'll be able to decide how often you want to mint, or just wait till the very end of your stake to mint one last time. Thank you, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful. I have my first video on HEDRON up on how to perform the claim or mint function on the hedron.pro website. That tutorial video should be up right now too if you want to just directly click on it if you now want to go ahead and lock in that HEDRON bonus. Make sure to check back in for new HEDRON videos.